What's the next step towards feeling better? Like, what's the next step that you got to take to feel better? Some feelings are just really hard to shake off. And until you can admit to yourself how you're feeling and then ask yourself how you want to feel, it's going to be really difficult to shake off the feeling that you don't want to keep feeling. I experienced this yesterday, and on top of it, because I had experienced it in such a way, I just kept seeing more negative things keep coming up. Like, people were driving bad, things were slipping through my hands. Like, it's like, man, if I don't shake this off, and then I kept trying and forcing to shake it off. And I've gotten pretty good at being able to shift how I'm feeling, and really good at just letting things go because it's easy to let go. But this one I could not shake off. And it led me to admitting my feeling. As soon as I did, it dissolved away. And I was able to ask myself then, how do I want to feel? And what had happened was my mom needed some help with something. And then I had to send her something to her email. And then she wanted to send it to her other email. And she just got an iPad. So she's not very tech savvy with it yet. And she sent it to her other email that's not open through her Gmail. She's like, oh, okay, I'll just log in through Yahoo. She pulls up Safari, and then she's like, oh, I'll just download the Yahoo app, which was my fault for mentioning it. And I had to be somewhere. I wanted to be somewhere before they close. And they closed in an hour, so I was kind of like, oh, it's not that far away, and I can make it in time. And I'd just rather help her out real quick now and rather than do it later. So I already knew what I was getting myself into, and as she kept adding more time to the getting this done, I was just laughing internally, but I was also like, no, don't do that. Don't just send it to this email. I was like, come on, Mom, let's go. And she's rushing and she's like, I'm just gonna do it here. I'm just gonna do it on this email. So she sent it to the new one. She downloaded the app. Everything got taken care of, and then I'm over here I knew what I was getting myself into. I was okay with it. And then once I got to the place that I wanted to be at, plus I also wanted to go grocery shopping and I wanted to go to the gym. So it's I felt like I didn't have enough time, and time was getting crunched. The gym closes super early on Saturdays. And so I went to the place. They were at capacity, so I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And then I was upset from there. From there on, I was just upset, and then things just started everything else just started falling apart because I started feeling really frustrated. I don't have enough time. And again, I just made a video on following your highest excitement, and then all your time gets organized for you. And it turns out I wasn't following any of my highest excitements with all the things I had scheduled. The gym was my highest excitement during that time that I wanted to go do. And then I had all these things in the way. So I finally gave up. I'm I'm not going to go grocery shopping. Called my mom. I was like, hey, can we just go to the gym? Because she was gonna come with me. So I'm let's just go straight there. On my way there, I was still feeling this frustration. Abraham Hicks' voice channeled through my head, and it was her saying, just accept where you are. Where you are is where you are. And I'm you know what, you're right. Where I am is where I am. Now I'm gonna turn on my GPS and find out where my point A to point B is at. Here's my route. What's the next step to feeling better? And then it hit me. I'm gonna accept my feelings, and I spoke out loud. I admitted to myself how I was feeling. I was feeling frustrated. I was feeling there wasn't enough time. I was mad. I was angry. I started blaming my mom, which I knew it wasn't her fault because I chose to help her, except for the part where she had to do this extra stuff. And then I started blaming myself. It's my fault, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm but it's not. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's working out. And then I asked myself, how do I want to feel? And I said, I want to feel ease and flow and excited, and I want to feel relaxed. And I started imagining myself being at the gym and working out and feeling great. And that's exactly where I was going. And then all of a sudden everything just kind of dissolved, all that negative feeling. And then all of a sudden everybody's driving better, everybody's much more smiley when I got to the gym. So moral of the story is, if you keep focusing on the negative, you just keep seeing more of it. But this feeling was really difficult to shake off. And what I found that really helped me was accepting and admitting my feeling to myself, which was something easy to let go of. I just wasn't letting go of it. And in the process, I learned I like to admit my feelings to myself if I'm not feeling good. It makes it so much easier to let it go, and I get to choose how do I want to feel. So that's a new method for me. Yeah. And then after going to the place that was closed too, like I went back home to take a quick nap because, you know, Abraham Hicks says naps are good. And then that way, when you're asleep, all your engines of thought just stop. And then when I woke up from my nap before I went to try to go to the grocery store and then go to the gym, I actually did feel better. But as I'm on my way to the grocery store, those feelings kicked in again. So, you know, I chose to follow my highest excitement and just skip the rest and go to the gym. And through it, I learned something. And it was funny because I literally just made a video yesterday about following your highest excitement and how following your highest excitement is a complete toolkit. Because when you're doing that, you're always going to get done what you needed to get done that day. And what you didn't get done, as long as you're following your highest excitement at any given moment, that's all you had to do that day until you're excited to go to bed. Nothing else needed to get done. That was it. You know, and now today I'm doing my grocery shopping, and yesterday, if I had went to the store, it would have been packed because, you know, it's pre-Super Bowl. People were probably buying everything. And when I went today, it was pretty clean and empty. It's during the Super Bowl. It works out for me. It worked out way better than it would have yesterday. Everything just worked out. And then I started looking at all the positives. And now I get to make a video about it. Also, once I got to the gym, one of the employees there, who I've been talking about, like following his highest excitement and his passions and what he really wants to do, you know, he came up and it was like the perfect timing as I'm walking in. He came up and he's like, hey, I've been doing a lot of thinking and really focusing on, you know, what I want to do and how to get there. So he had some time to like chat it up with me. It was nice because at the end of it, I was able to tell him, like, I'm proud of you. Like, you're doing all the work. Like, nobody's told you recently. I'm proud of you. And then he goes, I haven't heard that in a minute. And it just felt so good because we were able to exchange that type of energy and affirmation. And it's like, man, I am now at the right place at the right time, exactly where I need to be, you know, and say something to someone that's affirming. And it felt good to do it. Then on top of that, as I was working out hitting leg day, my friend calls me because I wanted to make birthday plans because my birthday is coming up, and he's like, hey, yeah, actually you can come to this game night and stuff, and then we'll figure out the rest. And it was just more positive things after positive. And then I had a Discord meeting coming up later that night with an artist I reached out to that I really like and I wanted to collab with, and we just chatted up for like 4 hours last night, and we just had such a good time. And it was just like the whole day just like started becoming magical as I let go of the negative feelings. So I found a new method to shake it off. So admit your feelings, ask yourself how you want to feel. What's the next step towards feeling better? Like, what's the next step that you got to take to feel better? And then just watch the rest of it unfold as you move towards it. All right, love and light vibration out. Anyway, love and light vibration out.